Okay, so this is an example of the new 2016 SAT test. This question is an Heart of Algebra type question. It's a particular section on the new test called the Heart of Algebra, and this is a Heart of Algebra question. A couple of things you notice on this test is, unlike the old SAT where you had 5 options, A through E, now you only have A through D. In my opinion, that pretty much allows students to be able to, I guess, get closer to what the answer could be, even if they randomly guess. So I think I like that. But as we jump into this question here, we want to be able to solve for x and y. That's what this question is asking for. But when I look at this series of equations, this equation here and this equation here, I can get to my answer by just trying to solve one of them. Okay, just trying to solve one of them. So what I'm going to actually do here is I'm going to try to eliminate either the x or the y. And watch how I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually look at the second equation here, this bottom one, and I'm going to just multiply by -2. Now you may ask, well, why are you multiplying by -2? Well, what I'm trying to do there is try to say, I know that if this is 4y and this is 2y, well, if I multiply by -2 here, I'm going to get -4y. Well, -4y with plus 4y will cross out and cancel out, leaving just the x, which gives me an opportunity. So what does this look like? I'm going to write this top equation as is. Let's change the color for that. That's going to be still 3x plus 4y equal to -23, right? But the bottom equation here that I have multiplied -2 by, I'm going to have -4y there because -2 times 2y. And then I'm going to have -2 times the -x. That's going to be plus 2x there, equal to, then I'm going to have -2 times -19, which is going to give me positive 38, right? So this is kind of what we have here. Now if you combine this together, well, these two guys go away, and then I have 3x and 2x. Now I'm pretty much adding the top to the bottom now. So when you sum it up, these two, if you combine it, which is a better word, combine 4y and -4y, you cancel out. 3x and 2x gives you 5x, and then you have 38 with -23. When that combines, that gives you 15. Well, obviously we can divide by 5 on both sides. That allows us to get the x, so the x is 3. So remember, the question asked for x and y. Well, you may say at this point, oh, then okay, obviously we found the x. Traditionally, what you want to do now is take this x, plug it into any one of these equations. I think the second one would be good, the 2y minus x equal to -19. If you plug in the 3 in there, you could solve for y, but actually, if you look at your answer set here, you don't really need to. The answer is going to be B, because the only x that's is a 3 is this B. I mean, it would be pointless and a waste of time to try to actually solve for the y part. The only x is 3. So because I got 3 here, there's no other 3 that's an x. So B is the only answer here. So that's how you solve a question like this on the new SAT. Questions are going to be a lot more straightforward. You have to know your core basics, your algebra, your trig, your geometry, your arithmetic. You need to know those things very well, but ultimately the questions themselves are straightforward. And that's a good thing on this new SAT.